In the Appalachian Mountains lies a forgotten village, Hollow Creek. Once, it was a small mining town, but in the 1960s, the mines closed and the residents vanished. Officially, the town was erased from maps. Unofficially, the legends remained. Travelers still spoke of strange lights flickering in the woods at night, and of voices calling from the empty houses. Only gas station on the way, they met an old man who gave them voices that sounded eerily familiar. Michael, Laura, Jason, and Amelia were independent documentary filmmakers searching for their next big story. When they stumbled upon a local rumor about Hollow Creek, they knew they had found something special. A lost town, whispers of disappearances, a mystery buried in the mountains. It was perfect for their new project. They packed their gear, loaded up their SUV, and set off, not knowing that what they sought would consume them entirely. The trip began like any other. They laughed, shared snacks, argued over music, but at a lonely gas station on the way, they met an old man who gave them a warning. His voice was raspy, his eyes sharp despite the years. "Don't go there after dark," he said. "If you hear your name in the woods, don't answer." The group exchanged nervous glances, then chuckled politely, brushing it off as a backwoods superstition. By the time they reached the road leading into Hollow Creek, the sun had dipped below the horizon. Fog rolled down from the hills, wrapping around the trees. The deeper they drove, the quieter the forest became, until even the crickets seemed to hold their breath. Amelia's recorder, always on, captured something faint, the sound of children laughing. But when she replayed it, the laughter was gone. They parked near what had once been the town square. The buildings leaned with age, windows shattered, roofs sagging. Rusted swings swayed in the night breeze. As they explored, Amelia found an old diary in the corner of a ruined house. Its fragile pages belonged to a girl named Sarah. The entries were simple at first: school lessons, favorite games, but the final lines chilled her. "They call me from the well. They want me to join them." That night, as they reviewed their footage inside an abandoned cabin, Jason heard it. A whisper outside, soft but clear, calling his name. Against their protests, he went to check. Minutes later, a scream split the night, and then silence. The others rushed out, finding only Jason's camera lying in the dirt. The last recording showed him turning toward the trees, a shadow moving behind him, and then a chorus of whispers. "Join us." Determined not to lose him, Michael and the others searched the town. They found tracks leading toward the old mine. Against their better judgment, they went inside. The tunnels stretched endlessly, their flashlights flickering as though drained of strength. Water dripped from the ceiling, echoing like footsteps. Then Laura gasped. She saw a figure at the edge of the light, watching. But when they ran forward, the space was empty. Worse, The recorders began to mimic them. Every word they spoke echoed back seconds later, not in their voices, but in distorted imitations. Panic rose, yet they pressed on. Deep in the mine, hidden behind rotting beams, they found a wooden door. Across it, scratched into the wood, were the words, "Do not open." But they did. Behind the door lay a narrow corridor with small rooms on either side. Inside each, furniture sat perfectly in place, but covered in thick, black dust. And in each room, a mirror hung on the wall. At first, the reflections seemed normal. Then they noticed. The reflections smiled when they didn't. The reflections moved slower or faster, or tilted their heads unnaturally. Laura screamed when she saw her reflection wave at her. She hadn't moved her hand. A lullaby drifted through the corridor, a child's voice humming the same tune Amelia had read about in Sarah's diary. One by one, their cameras shut off. The only sound was breathing, yet none of them claimed it. Something else was with them. At the end of the corridor stood a stone well. Around it lay shoes, watches, glasses, belongings of dozens of people. The whispers rose together, a chant. One more, one more. Laura's eyes glazed over. She began to repeat the words, stepping closer to the well. Michael grabbed her arm, but blackened hands shot from the stone, wrapping around her legs, pulling her downward. Amelia screamed, pulling Michael back, but every tunnel they tried led them back to the same well. The chant grew louder. The walls shook. Shadows poured from the mirrors, crawling toward them. Michael dragged Laura away, but she vanished in his grip. Swallowed by the darkness, Amelia stumbled, falling near the edge. In the reflection of the well's surface, she saw not herself, but Jason, pale and smiling, reaching out. Then, everything went black. By morning, the police found their SUV abandoned on the roadside. Inside was a single laptop. On its screen, the final recording played on loop. The four of them standing in the fog, staring silently into the camera. Expressionless, their eyes empty. And then the whisper, "Your turn."